Welcome back to another episode of Cashing Out. I'm your host, Billy Alvaro, co-host Wayne Hartart. We are Easy Sell Property Solutions. We're located right over here in Holbrook, New York. You can find us online at easysell411.com, by phone 631-400-EASY. Could somebody put the mic down in my head a little bit? I'm like, I feel like I'm screaming, for Christ's sake.
I was thinking the same thing. It's very loud.
Just put it down a little bit. Just a little more. There you go.
Good.
You might have to help us. You might have to come in and help us. All right, we're live. We're good, and everything is great. Cuz, I always ask, how you doing, brother?
Phenomenal, Cuz. How you doing?
Talking that microphone there.
Great weekend we had. It was 70 degrees over this weekend.
Yeah,
in the middle of January.
I flew back in from Aruba, and it was
you brought the weather with it.
Dude, 68 degrees when I flew in. Phenomenal.
Can't complain, man. People were out in shorts and t-shirts yesterday. I couldn't believe it.
Great weekend. I hope it lasts. It's not going to, though.
No.
We all know that nasty-ass weather is going to be right back in here.
You know, think positive.
So if you guys don't know us, myself and my cousin, we have a company called Easy Sell Property Solutions. We've been doing this full-time for the last 12 years. Tomorrow, I'm going to be the big 50, 50, baby.
What? 50?
I've been unemployable for the last
certifiably
unemployable for the last 30 years of my life.
30 years.
I just I can't hold a job down. People won't hire me, and so I was forced to go out there and make my own way in life, and I'm glad I did because it's been a great run for the last 30 years.
No other way to do it.
No other way to do it at all. No other way at all. And I'm kind of happy today because I'm bringing somebody back in from my past who I haven't seen. You and I haven't seen each other in 16 years.
Yep. Amazing.
16 years. This gentleman right here is Darren Kaplan. Darren Kaplan is in the mortgage business. He works for a company right now called Total Mortgage. And the website that he's at is MrTotalMortgage.com. Darren started with me when you were 20 years old, 20 years ago, in the mortgage industry.
February 2020.
I gave you your start.
2000.
2000.
Get closer to your mic.
And now it's 2020.
So 20 years ago. Yeah, lift that bad boy up.
Like that.
So, yeah, so it's a little bit more. I don't want you to screw down. There you go. There you
Get
go.
up on that thing, baby.
It's
Come on,
been-
baby.
There we go.
Show us what you're working with, baby.
It's pink.
I know it's what you like, but
Fits on my head.
Oh, you guys are bad. So you've, we gave you an opportunity. How did you even meet us? Did you come in from a referral?
No, I telemarketed John, and he gave me that job after I signed him up, and
What did you telemarket for? What were you selling?
I was selling gym memberships.
Gym memberships.
You know, and I was making really good money at 20. I think I was making like 50 or 60 grand, you know. And
Good number.
Yeah, and at 20 years old, somebody who didn't go to college, you know.
But you were a different
bills,
20-year-old.
yeah.
I mean, not for nothing, Darren. You were a 20-year-old that had, a girlfriend a couple years older than you at the time, like 7 or 8 years old, or with a kid.
Absolutely.
The kid was like 10. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Kevin's
like
been
you
with me,
had
for a long time.
you had a lot of responsibility on your
Absolutely.
plate at a young age, and you came in gangbusters, man.
I remember you sat right across from me. We didn't have the technology we had today, so there were no computers like on the desks here. You know, it was just flat.
It was a telephone and a lead sheet,
Old
and that
school.
was it. It
And
was
a
old
pen.
school.
And a pen. Yeah, not even a pencil, so you could like make your notes and cross them out and everything. And then I think as times changed, fax machines came out. Like we were really utilizing the fax a lot more.
Jeez. Showing
I
your
know,
age. You're
I
showing
know.
your age,
Sending
boys.
over- we
You're
were
showing your
actually-
age, boys.
Listen, we would fax over
fax machine.
we would fax over the deals, the FHB funding and Delta, to have them rate the deal to
New
give us
Jersey
a rate in New
Mortgage.
Jersey Mortgage, so we could go
Yep.
out and sell. I spoke to Solano, by the way. He hit me up. Remember Steve Solano?
Yeah, he's doing that thing over in New Jersey.
Jersey, yeah. I just actually spoke with him not too long ago, about a month
He's
and
a
half
good
ago.
dude.
Good, solid dude.
Yeah.
Solid
I
dude.
told
Shout
him.
out Steve Solanos. Good guy.
Steve Solano, yeah,
Wow.
for sure. But I remember being in the office. We always share that one computer, so you figure 40 guys, 50 guys using one computer. Do you remember when the appraisals used to come over? They used to come over with literally like the photo pasted to the paper, FedExed.
Yeah, FedEx. The
How
appraisals
spoiled are
used
we
to come
now?
FedEx.
Spoiled.
Multiple screens now. Look at what we've come from
It's
since
crazy.
15, 20
The
years.
way technology has come and brought us, it's just amazing. Looking back, I'm like happy that I learned that way, because when you learn the old school way and you have to hustle and use your time, the right way, there was no screwing around with time. Like you had to chunk your time day in and day out and make sure you were getting the most out of your day and just hitting that phone.
I think
it was
it's still
dialing
like
all
that,
day.
but like, yeah,
But
dialing.
you're leveraging technology.
You can only make so many amount of calls in a day, right? And you
Right.
have only so many contacts, right? So we didn't really have the whole purchase social media market. We went to the library. We researched the most expensive homes that had the most expensive recordings, and that's what we hit up.
The library.
The
They
library.
went to the library. There was no social media then, right?
No.
What'd you have? Like,
It was-
MySpace was the first thing that probably came
I don't
out.
even think
I think that wasn't
compu-
even around in the early.
You know
Yeah,
what?
the MySpace was
Because you're
out there, I
talking
think.
what? This is 90. What are we talking? 98, 99?
No,
2000.
2001, 2000. The
All right.
internet boom hit like right around 2001, 2002. You know
So,
where?
yeah, it was okay.
Yeah. It was a different time back then.
Yeah.
But the kid came in and, we saw something in him. And I think your second or third month in there, you made
Yeah.
40 grand.
Yeah.
So here it was
For
6
the
months
month.
in, right after my 6th month of kind of like I thought you fly to closings. I mean, like I was 20 years old. What did I know? I didn't even know what a mortgage was. Remember, my parents are divorced, so like there was no talk of like housing or any scenarios like that. And
You came in not knowing a damn thing, bro.
absolutely,
Yeah, like
and
zero.
I think educating now more than ever, like refinances, people don't know that they could barely put together a purchase, let alone refi.
Yeah.
So that's an entirely separate business, but those are the things that we learned, man.
Yeah.
How to save people money, literally save them money, not just say, hey, if you do this and this, and a spreadsheet does it for you now, kind of like calculates for you, but at the same time, you don't believe what you read on the internet, right? I mean, everybody's scenario is different, your neighbor, but we went from one computer to a dozen quick. The banking industry picked up really fast.
We went from one room to 950 employees. I mean, you left 2004.
Yeah.
So you left when we had a lot of VLOs. I think at the height with you, we had probably 400 people inside and outside the company because we had a lot of those VLOs. And you worked there at the same time. Like you guys
Think about
worked at the
VLO.
same place
I
back in
remember
the day.
it must have been 03 then I must have did my internship, and I remember you being a
Was
player.
I upstairs or downstairs?
No, we were up. You guys were upstairs at that
You were
point.
downstairs
I was
in the pit room.
downstairs. Who was the guy we used to call him? Who was the guy that did the training for us? Rockstar Regan. You call him?
Oh, Regan. My God. Do you remember that guy?
He was doing the training in the in the
Oh,
lower
my
level. Remember there was
God.
Yeah.
Regan.
He
we were
had
all
those
downstairs,
cool
but I remember going
jackets.
upstairs. It was like a cool thing. If you went upstairs, you were cool.
Yeah.
So I only went up there because it
Yes.
was his office, so I was allowed to go up there. I remember you were a big player up there.
We developed a lot of our friends, I think, to get into the business. And with anything, the market crashed in 2008, 2009, unexpectedly. But at the same time, all the training we went on, every sales training we went on, whether Billy sent us to Manhattan or even down here, we went to a bunch of them.
Yep.
They all said the market does this. And here I'm 20 years old. I don't know if I'm doing this tomorrow, right? Like no one saw this as a career. I think we saw this as an education versus making money, right? So instead of me going to school, I'm going to do this, right? And then we didn't think 20 years later it's going to spin out to this is all I know. I can't even like go get another job because I don't even know what I would do.
You've been doing this literally for 20 years.
I tried a couple of years ago.
Take me through. So you were working in the industry in 2008 when the market crashed. Where were you?
When the market crashed, I was at Precision. Yeah, I was in between Precision and Concord. I had just made a move over to Concord, thinking like a few months before, like this is my next move in life here. And I was only there 6 weeks, and the market crashed. American Home went out of business,
Yep.
and
So think back for a second. From Concord, which was 2008, to now, 12 years later.
9, yeah.
How many years? How many different places did you work at in the last 10 years?
3.
No shit, only 3.
Yeah.
That's good.
I was with three.
That's
the
actually
group
not
of
bad.
people.
Yeah.
3. Yeah,
That's
I
actually
didn't.
not bad.
slow down.
A lot of those
hop
guys
around.
out there were hoppers,
everywhere.
man,
No, think about it. I was only with Global and Precision
for years.
all the way up until the market crashed.
Wow. Right. Yeah.
So that was a
So
10,
9
10
years.
9-year run right there. And then I kind of floundered for a few to try to figure out who I am, what I'm going to do, and I couldn't find it. I tried to do everything. Like, you think of anything that
That's a
would make
mistake.
me happy.
When you start doing everything, you do nothing well.
Well, nothing gets going.
I don't know if I mean like everything, but things that would make me happy. Hey,
Like
I
what?
think
Give me for instance.
like a buddy of mine was in the energy business, and I figured the energy is the next biggest thing, right? Energy. The solar
Sure.
panels were popping up everywhere.
Yep, everywhere.
I didn't want to be a solar panel salesman. Okay, I knew I was. I don't want to say I was too smart for that, but I figured I can do better than that. Okay. But I would try anything, and it was like
What kind of money's in that business? Do you have any idea?
it's like $50 a deal.
50 a deal.
Yeah.
$50.
Yeah, $50 a deal,
Wow.
regular wage. It's impossible to make a living.
Yeah, wow. You got to really hustle a lot.
Even with the real estate knowledge I have, I can do other things and not have to get into that. So, but you need a job. Unlike you, I know you say you.
I'm unemployable.
I know.
My whole life I've been unemployable. And it's because I see things at a bigger level, and if I'm going to be working with somebody or in an organization, I need to be able to like offer and grow the company because that's naturally what I do. I'm a grower. Like I like to get in and grow, and if I can't grow, I'm done. I'm out. I got to go do my own shit.
I mean, that's really important as an individual and a human being. You know, like you have to be able to take yourself to another level. I'm really good at following direction. Right. So here I came in at 20 years old. I knew what I wanted. I knew I wanted the family. I knew I wanted the career. I knew I wanted the technology, but it just wasn't for me.
Yet. Yeah.
And you could plant your seeds, and people could be doing other things, right? And I'm not saying I did anything bad. I was a family guy. I was always at home. I was hardly ever out. I never grew a social platform. So
you never had that lifestyle.
No, so to have that social media platform for me even then, I don't know how much I would have succeeded with it now, per se. Where like the newbies, they're on it. They have their followers. And
listen, Darren, it's an important piece of the business, man. Like social media, social proof is where it's at. And you can tell everybody, we can tell everybody how great we are.
Yeah.
And nobody's going to believe a goddamn word we say, because we're not going to say we suck.
No, I
But
know.
it's everybody else out there who's saying it for you. And so the whole social media platform, I'm going all in on it.
Sure.
Because I know it's, if you're not in, you're out. And you're screwed.
Yeah,
and you're going to be behind the 8 ball. And I don't want to be left behind. I'm starting out a lot. I should have been doing this for 10 years.
Yeah, they all say
for
that
10
we're
years.
behind already. Well, that's what I'm saying. If this was out back then, and
it was. The thing is, I wasn't hip on it. You know, I just thought this thing was not gonna. I wasn't hip on it. I wasn't actually. I didn't realize the power and the impact it was gonna have. I should have, but I was so focused because 10 years ago, my head was up my ass. I was just starting over
but you
again.
were branding.
Yeah, but 10 years ago, you know, think about it. I was just coming out of and still had $14 million in debt on my back that I was trying to negotiate, deal with the attorneys, deal with the law firms, deal with court. Like I was going through a massive amount of change 10 years ago. So the last thing I wanted to do was be on social media and put myself out there over here when, my real life, I was fucking crumbling. Like I was falling apart. You know, and so, but that's all past me.
But see, you're
Way
allowed to
past.
have those moments too. I couldn't. I went to work, had a family, came home. So at 20 years old, where do you go? Where do you turn to? You turn to your mentors, right? The people that you work with. And I think I was guided real well. I mean, yeah, we all made mistakes, but I was 25 years old.
You hit something on the head, and you said you followed directions really well, and you did. Like you came in, and we gave you the script. We explained to you what to say and how to say it, how to do the calculations, and you just sat there and you took it in and you just regurgitated what you learned and you did it.
Right.
That's what separated you from like 99% of the guys who came in and failed. They allowed the fear in their head to completely shut them down. You didn't have fear. Like you came in, don't take this offensive, but you were smart, but you were a little dumb in a way because you didn't realize how hard this was going to be. And you're like, and I didn't either when I got into it. And that's a good trait to have. I was a little dumb. I didn't know what I didn't know, and by not knowing what I didn't know, I was allowed to just grow like crazy, and that's what you did. And there was a lot of guys who came in with you that they didn't make any money, Darren, at all because of the fear factor. Yeah. They were scared crap to do anything. They didn't want to make a mistake. I don't know if I'm going to say this. It's the right number. It's the right refund.
Sure, but listen, you have good people to get you the answers, and I'm way different now than I was 20 years ago. I mean, there's no doubt about it.
You've grown.
I'm a completely different person. Just when you hit rock bottom,
I've been there.
when you realize what rock bottom actually is, and I'm not talking about necessarily like going to jail or getting locked up or
whatever the rock bottom is for your situation.
Exactly, whatever it could be in your life, to get out of it and become almost human and crawl out of your bankruptcies. Your lawsuits or your defamations, the things that people think about you, whatever it may be, to become who you are. And I always fought.
Did you go through all of that?
You need to go through that to become who you are today.
Thank God I did it before I was 40.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You grew up at a young age, and like you said,
Yeah.
at 20 years old, look at what you're doing. You were given the right systems. You actually followed them, had the right mindset. The self-limiting beliefs didn't hit you. That's why you blew everybody out the door.
So how do we fix it, though? How do we make people think like me, right?
You can't. You can't make anybody think anything.
Right. You can't. They have to have it in them.
They have to.
It's got to be here.
They have to have
here,
it.
and it's got to be here.
Open mind to growth. And if you could tap into, like you, think back 20 years ago, you were a young kid who wanted to actually grow, Darren. You came in and you realized, like, I'm around a bunch of guys that know shit that I don't know, and you soaked it up. You asked questions. You were smart. You asked a shit ton of questions.
I mean, I bothered everybody. Don't get me wrong.
But
you have to.
Yeah, no doubt.
But that got you to the next level.
I knew that they were making money. right? When I say they, the owners, right? I knew that they're not the Fortune 500 company. It's not Walmart. I can't go in and talk to the owner. I didn't know how to take it to the next level. And at 16, 17 years old, I was already on the phones hustling magazine subscriptions for the PAL.
Yeah.
Right.
So like I worked with older
Always
people.
hustling.
It-
Always.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, but it's all, look who you surrounded yourself with. And you said a key thing a couple minutes ago. You had mentors.
True.
They were your mentors, and you followed
True.
their
We're-
proven systems, and look where it got you. You grew
No doubt
mentally,
about
you grew
it.
spiritually, you grew physically. I mean,
Spiritually.
everything changed.
Hikes in Guatemala. That's spiritual.
There you go. I'm down.
So you did this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Twice.
You did. How long was the hike?
One of them was like 4 miles, but that was the up the volcano. And then if you know Tikal,
Sick. Love it.
you know
Yeah,
Tikal,
yep,
right?
yep,
Yeah,
yep.
I've done that too, man. And it's, you talk about spiritual, it's not Disneyland.
No.
No, and like every year, every like 18 months, I have to get back to that spiritual part because the greed takes over here, the unkindness takes over here, and it's just like that thing that
Do you meditate on a daily basis?
so
Any type of meditation?
I have a different way and
Visualization? Anything?
being alone.
So when you're alone, what do you do?
So now I'm
Besides
not talking
touching
about the
yourself
gym.
all crazy.
Let's keep it PG.
Keep
We're
it
on-
clean.
no,
Keep it clean.
Honestly, I just think of how I can just be a better person today. You know, and like I'm in the car and I'm driving to work and I only have 3 minutes because I work in the same town I live in. So like there's really not a lot of time. I get to work, my guys are there, you know, I come home, my family's there, you know, so there's no...
So do you have like
But you
any...
need your time at the-
You do need your time.
need
Do you
your
have
time to
any
be
type
like that.
of like morning, daily rituals that you do daily that get you reunited with yourself and centered?
I know it sounds crazy, and this is... I may be a little bit, but walking my dog in the morning.
That's a
Right,
process.
that's
So
It's something
so
that soothes your soul.
that's-
I got a new dog in September after we had Hennessy for 18 years.
That is a great name.
Crazy, I had Hennessy. Yeah, so we had him for 18 years. He passed away in June. We ended up getting a new dog, but I was never around for the little dogs. So like I
Right.
never took care of them. You know, like my wife did. She was always there, but like I never.
So walking the dog brings you a little peace in the morning.
Oh, absolutely,
Where you
absolutely.
get your mind. Yeah, all right, that's
He's there for me. You know, and like I don't want to say I talk to the dog. I know because that sounds crazy, but like I can talk to the dog, and he like looks at me and he
Does he
responds.
answer you back? Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and he knows that we both need that walk in the morning. You
Ladies
know?
and gentlemen, if you're looking to get a mortgage from Darren, I can attest. He is not crazy.
It's not crazy.
He is not, even though his dog talks back to him, he's not crazy.
We got to get some video of you on social media, walking your dog and seeing the dog talk back to you. Like,
I'm all about PG movies. You know?
Yeah.
Let's
No,
be-
that's good. If that's what works for you and you're doing your
No.
visualization or your incantations or whatever you're doing when you're walking the dog in the morning, I mean, that's what everybody needs that time. If that's
Yeah.
10, 15, 20, 30 minutes, you need that time in the morning to get your head straight.
Absolutely.
And those thoughts are what's going to get your day going. You know that.
even in the short amount of time that it's that and the drive to work, and you know, even I drive my son to school every day and it's silence.
Yeah.
It's silence.
Yo, I can agree with you on that though, man. Like I just had this conversation this past weekend. I can be around people all the time, but then I need to retreat and I need to have my own time.
Yeah.
And people don't understand. They don't get, like, why do you need to be alone? Like, yo, I need me time.
Yeah.
I need to just go into myself.
Sure.
And just kind of bring myself down and become peaceful because all day we're dealing with people.
People
set
on the phone,
on the phone, in
three different
person,
phones,
making
ringing.
hundreds
for
of
you.
decisions
Yeah.
like this all day long. And I love it, but then I need to retreat, man.
100%.
And my retreat, what it does, it actually recharges me.
Yeah.
And when I get recharged, I'm able to come back out like fist fucking hitting, going out there and making shit happen.
Yeah, and when you start arguing with people, at least with me, when I start arguing with people, that's when I know I need my retreat.
Yeah.
I get defensive. I start arguing, and I can pick it up right away, and I take it out.
Yep.
You know, and I just walk away from the scenario for a second. You know, and whether it's at work during the day and all that, but
Right.
the Guatemala trips and those trips, you find your soul. It's different. It's a different mentality. It's
Whatever works, man. I'm big into hiking. I
Aruba
enjoy-
was good too.
I
Aruba's
just
another place,
did
even
Aruba.
though people
It's flat.
Yeah, and there's not a whole lot to do.
Right.
But that place will give that to you too.
It's
It'll give you
the
that.
happy island. It,
Yeah.
it literally is. I went there for just you and I spoke about it. I mean, it is a great
Love
little
that place.
island, man.
I go there every year.
Yeah, you have a timeshare there, right?
Yeah, I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. I bought it when it was my first big purchase at Global.
No way.
Before my house at 21.
No, you've had it for that many years.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. We go every year, and the dues just keep going up and up and up and up.
What are
but
they
it's
now?
worth it.
How much are they now?
1,400.
It's not so bad.
It's better than buying one in Florida, I guess, being at
Right.
like 12 or something.
Right.
Right? Remember all those people who bought those back in the day.
That was a big thing back then, right? I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of people are
Shares were
stuck
all
in
over the
nasty
place.
contracts trying to get out of them. There's people that just have
There's a whole
seminars.
secondary market for that.
Just to get out of contracts. There's guys that just have seminars and webinars just to get out of them, right? I mean, I heard of people.
No, Aruba's a good place to go. I went there for 10 days of summer.
It's a great spot.
We got so bored we rented a car. We didn't know what to do.
Yeah, we did that. We did the car thing and hung out a little bit.
never did that.
Yeah, it was good because I'm drive everywhere I wanted to go. I'm like, it's $20. Like, I might as well just get
Yeah.
a car.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not
$60
cheap,
a day, but
it's
yeah.
like, you know, I might as well get a car so I can drive around, do what I want to do when I want to do it. You know,
Yeah.
we got stuck. The thing is
got
happening. Yeah. All right. So listen, we're here with Darren Kaplan today. Darren, you can find him at MrTotalMortgage.com. Know Darren for years, 16 years. He's been in the mortgage business for the last 20.
Yep.
And he is I was going to say you're young, but you're not that young anymore. You're 40 years
on.
old. He's 40 years
Easy
old.
to over
You
there.
can't even say
He's not
it.
that
You can't,
young
you
even
can't
anymore.
say
He's
it.
not
No
that
one
young
can say
anymore.
that to me.
I know. It's
I'll be a
crazy.
book now. I love it.
We'll be right back right after these messages, guys. Welcome back, guys. This is Billy Alvaro, Wayne Hartart. We are Easy Sell Property Solutions. You can find us online at easysell411.com. We're here today with Darren Kaplan talking mortgages, talking back in the day, 16, 20 years ago, about him getting into mortgages. But before we go back there, I just wanted to plug ourselves in. Wayne, you and I have been doing this for years. We're helping out literally hundreds of families a year in Long Island, New York, and Staten Island, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. We're hitting the map. And so let's talk about what we do, how we do it. Just a brief 5 minutes. Let's just get into the situations that are out there of how we help people do a smooth, easy transaction with the easy way out.
Folks, I mean, if you're out there and you're listening, I mean, we do brand something called the Easy Way Out, and it literally is the fastest, easiest, most hassle-free way to sell your property, bar none today, with no realtor fees.
Guaranteed.
And what we're trying to do here is, if you guys we want to close on your timeline. So, folks, if you have a property you want to sell and you want to close in 14 days, and we have clear title, we can do that. If you want to close in 30 days, you want to close in 60 days, or maybe, we're looking at it now, and you're like, listen, I want to make it to 6 months until the kids get out of school. And you just want to know that, listen, I can put my head to the pillow knowing that that your house is sold and you have a cash buyer that's going to purchase your property. We can help you out.
Yep.
What's different from us? A lot of times, we encourage you. A lot of times, do your due diligence on us. I mean, we are seasoned investors. We've been doing this for years on Long Island. We're not people that want to look to lock up your property, try to sell it. We actually have the funds. We close on your timeline, like we tell you. And if we don't, numerous times we've told you, Billy, and
we simply part as friends.
We simply will either part as friends, and if we don't. If we don't even close on your timeline, folks, we actually give you a credit. So we want to make sure we stand by our word and do what we're doing.
Yeah. We take a penalty,
Yeah,
$1,000
we do.
hit
Very
if we
rare.
don't close on your timeline.
Yeah,
I
very
hate
rare.
cutting the checks, but at the same time, I
It
like
is,
cutting
it
them.
is because we show people what we're really made of,
Exactly.
and that we're not talking about it. We're actually doing it. And folks, if you're out there, if you're inherit properties, these are big ones, and we're doing a lot of them. We're doing a bunch of probates very recently where people are just inheriting properties. They're out of state. Don't think you have to come back up here. A lot of times, what we do for you is we'll actually go inside. We'll actually pack up your property, send you all the personal belongings. It could be down in Florida, it could be down in North Carolina, wherever it may be. We're not going to get a bunch of guys that don't know what they're doing. We got professional companies. We pack up your stuff. We send it down there. It's very important. We know what this process is like. It's very hard to sell a property when you're out of state. Let us take those problems off your hands. Those are some of them. We have other ones where it's just how many times, grandfather or your aunt, your uncle put extensions on the house, second story,
Yep.
CO issues.
Illegal
they're just
COs,
everywhere.
man.
And they're everywhere.
That's
We all
big
know
from
that.
the 80s.
Huge,
Yep, big.
huge out here. I mean, in the towns are just
Huge.
nightmares. Let us take those problems off. I don't want to see you guys get stuck 6, 9, 12 months trying to legalize properties, get COs for properties. Sometimes you guys don't even realize you don't even have a CO for your house.
Yeah.
You have to legalize the whole entire house. You're talking a 10, 12, 2-year process to legalize
And
in
a
some of these
lot
towns.
of money.
And
A lot of money.
Tons of money and tons of headache. Give us a shout. 631-400-EASY. We can help you with those types of properties. You got foundation issues, mold problems,
Fire damage.
fire damage properties. We're doing a ton of those. Last batch was actually burnt out landlords. Folks, if you're out there and very few investors on Long Island will purchase properties with the tenants in it. So what am I saying here? Folks, if you have tenants not paying, we will purchase the property with tenants in the property.
Right.
We will take it off your hands.
The bottom line is we basically take all the problems that you're experiencing and we put them from your shoulders over to ours, giving you a clean slate, making it fast, easy, and hassle-free. And so you can then take yourself, take your situation, take your family, and just move on and not have to deal with the headaches and hassles. And, a lot of people we interviewed over the years, they always said, look, dealing with the realtors, for some people, is a good move. They want to sell the property for top dollar. They don't mind people walking through the house. But if you have a situation where You don't want people running through your home. You don't want to have somebody qualify for a mortgage. You don't want them to have to do a home inspection with 95 different things that you have to fix. Then call us, 631-400-EASY, 631-400-EASY, or go online, easyself411.com. Listen, we're also doing things where just recently, this is one of the second, I think this is the second one that we're doing. We recently had an older lady contact us that was in a really bad situation. She was losing her home, but she had nowhere to go. Zero. Couldn't qualify for reverse FHA because it was a foreclosure bailout, and it was a foreclosure bailout because she actually had a house free and clear, but she had literally $45,000 or $50,000 in back taxes. Property had a bunch of problems. So we sat down and we came up with a solution. What was the solution? We said, you know what? This poor lady, she has no family, no husband, no kids, no nephews, nobody. So what are we going to do? We're actually going to let her stay in a house with a life estate until she passes. So we're buying that property. We're allowing her to stay there. We're not going to see $1 for maybe 20 years. But who cares? Because guess what? We're helping out an older woman who would be on the street otherwise because she has nobody that she can turn to. She turned to us. She spoke to one of the attorneys. They all came in. We agreed on the price. We agreed on the terms. We agreed on everything. And now here we are. We're going to closing. That just goes to show this business is not just about money. This business is about relationship. This business is about people. We're in the business of human beings. Like, we help people get out of situations. When there's a problem, we freaking solve it. And that was a problem for this lady. She was stuck, dude. She didn't know what to do, where to turn. So I want to get in and out on Darren's side because I know you believe in that process and that mindset. You actually help people big time. You're not a quick turn, let me hit them hard and run the other way. Like, you build your business on referrals.
Absolutely. And not just building the business on referrals, but I'm always available. You call me, you email me, you text me any time of day, any time of night. I work around everybody, right? So when you say you're in the business to help people, I totally agree with it. A lot of clients, they come to me with sub 620 credit scores, right? And
is that bad these days?
You know, it's below average, definitely. It makes it a little harder to get a mortgage for you, you know, but at the same time, it's who do you trust and where do you go? You know, and I think when you're sub 640, I like to say, you know, it's really, really hard to figure out where your angle is. Every bank's going to look different. Rates are going to look different. You know, you're going to think, oh, I can go to, you know, like Wells Fargo or Bank of America, but really your debt ratio may be blown out where you can't, you know, so when you say you're in the business to help, I totally agree. Kind is the best way to advertise, you know, no doubt about it, especially myself. I always love to tell people about myself up front, you know, and this is what I do. And check out my Zillow reviews. You know, I have over 140 of them, you know.
That's important.
Yeah, that's very important.
Absolutely.
That's social proof. And people need to see
right
that.
away.
Are huge.
You know, listen, not everyone is good, right? Not every Zillow review is good. Not everybody's going to like me. Not everybody can go with me. It's impossible. I honestly speak to 50 or 60 people a day.
Wow.
Okay.
That's a lot.
80% of them have less than 640 credit score.
Wow.
It's very hard to put these loans together. It's a lot of them.
A majority of these people are they looking to purchase or refis?
All purchases.
Yeah, that's
all right,
good.
for the majority.
Yeah, that's good.
And they're all out of state.
Out of state, you do?
Yeah, it's not even New York. The majority of it's Connecticut and Jersey.
Really?
Wow.
Absolutely. Over the last 3 years, the Jersey business has been booming compared to like New York, where people I think in New York, they're a little bit more subtle. They understand what they're going to pay. They understand why they're paying it, right? But when they go to Jersey, they don't necessarily understand that same scenario, so they're looking to cut costs. So somebody who's working in like Queens or even Brooklyn doesn't necessarily have to work in Jericho. They can live in Jericho. I'm saying they can live on the other side of the GW, you know, and
Right.
I know it sounds crazy, but
no,
it's another Darren crazy thing.
We're doing marketing in Jersey, and you can attest to that. I mean, it's a different market out there, but it's cranking right now.
It's cranking,
They're cranking over
but
there.
it is a different way. Like on our side, when we're buying and flipping, it's crazy. Like the differences between New York flippers and New Jersey flippers. Like in our case, like when we're buying, the seller of the property, it's mandated that they have to get the C of O from the town before they actually transfer title. They have to call the town. The town inspects the property and says, these 15 things you got to fix before, which actually runs in our favor as flippers out there, because now we're positioning to the sellers, look, get the home inspected by the town, but don't fix anything. We'll do it.
We'll do it. Yeah,
Right.
we'll do
And
it.
most
We'll
of
do
the time, that's how it is. And the realtors all know that going in. So they know which houses need the COs and whatnot. But a lot of my investors, not just the people buying houses, but a lot of the investors too, they're buying the two-family, three-family in Newark or Elizabeth. And they're fixing them up and they're selling. Not that you can't do it in other places, but I'm just giving you like a Jersey advice here. And the closing costs are about a third less.
Yeah.
At the same time. Yeah, I mean, if you're actually taking out a mortgage, yeah, for sure. I mean, going into the boroughs, it's crazy. You could be in like the $25,000, $30,000 mark.
It's sick, isn't it? It's crazy.
So figure if you have a 614 credit score and you want to buy a three-family in the Bronx, you're going to need money.
You're going to need a lot, big down payment.
Way more than you would need in Jersey. Way more.
So the Jersey market, so are you getting all your leads off the internet? Is that how you guys are sourcing your business right now?
No, we're strictly with Zillow. And
So you guys
beyond the
is Zillow.
referrals. But yeah, we Total Mortgage itself is a big spender with Zillow. So we have a partnership with them that allows us to tap into a certain market. We're, how do I say it? Not everybody wants to handle these leads, right? Not everybody wants to do that. Some of the ways I was successful at some of the other mortgage companies was taking everybody's recycles. Give me what you can't close. And let me try to close that.
Smart.
You know, so like if I do the same thing that everybody else does, then I'm kind of like not unique, right?
You're a commodity.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I might as well work at a commodity bank, right? But I think what we do is special, and it's not just like mortgages, and it's not just making money, it's not just my career, but I think it's special putting people in houses, especially when they can never do it, especially when they've been turned down 5 times. Then Darren got it done in, 14 days. So like it tends to flip the coin and make their home buying atmosphere experience bad to better.
So let me ask you now, with this whole Zillow thing with you, what does your office look like? How many people do you have working in your office in Greenlawn?
So Greenlawn's actually a small office.
It's like a small satellite branch.
It's totally my team. I got a few guys in there that are just about to get licensed. We're always taking on branches. We have space in the building if anybody ever wanted to come on and join our crew here at Total.
How do they get in touch with you if somebody wants to either A, work with you guys, or B, utilize you for your services as a mortgage broker? Are you a banker or a broker?
We're a bank.
You're a banker. Good.
Yeah. So we have a lot of the non-prime, non-QM deals type of loans that we have almost everything that you can go out there with. So it's MrTotalMortgage.com. You can always reach me for anything.
Perfect.
If you want to go to 844-772-LOAN, you can call me there. Those are the best ways, really.
So you said something before, which I think it's good, but at the same time, I could see burnout. So you said I'm always available, 24/7. My phone's always on. Like, how do you deal with that, especially now because you're 40, you're not a kid, and so having your phone on 24/7, it's kind of taken away from the life-work balance, right? So how does that interfere with your life, with your girl, with your
so
kids,
technology,
with your wife?
I think I take full advantage of it. So we utilize Salesforce as our CRM, which really helps me out on a daily basis because it's automatically, texting, emailing on most of my prospects.
Yep.
I'd say. Along with the followed up, waiting for document clients and prospective clients. But technology. When I say I'm there, I mean, most of the time it's texting. I go to bed at, 9, 10 o'clock. I know it's early.
He's an old man.
But I wake up at 5.
You're waking up at 5. So I mean, you need to say that. Let's give him
It's
just 7 or 8, man.
I'm an 11, 12 guy waking up at 4:30 in the morning.
But the fact that I work 3 minutes from my house also helps me. So I'm bing bang. I'm back to the
you're
office.
in and out.
Yeah, I can make it happen, and
So you've been now in this business for 20 years. Where do you see yourself going? Where do you see you're at Total Mortgage? How long have you been with Total Mortgage now?
Almost 3 years.
Okay, so 3 years. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years?
That's a really hard question. Knowing, and I'm just throwing it out there, knowing how the economy was 10 years ago. So this is how This is how I want to do it. I want to learn how to become economy proof. How does Darren Kaplan become economy proof?
Recession, man.
You got to brand you.
No doubt about it.
You have to brand you, and you need to be the resource that people go to, regardless of how the economy's doing.
Sure.
And you have to completely separate yourself from every other person out there, because the internet leads, the Zillow leads, all that other crap, when the market tanks, it's going to tank.
Sure.
And that's all going away. And you're going to be struggling again.
I'm more concerned about the banking end of it, that part. I think I'll always hustle and I'll always try to figure out a way to, gain clientele, whichever bank it may be for. At the same time, I don't foresee moving from Total. They have everything that you need there to be successful. They give you all the tools. The hardest thing is just to what? Close loans, capture business, and not chase down your money.
Right.
I'm
Chasing
able-
down the money from the brokers, from the owners of the company.
Yeah,
right.
and we never have to do that. We get paid on time. We get paid for the loans we close. The marketing's great. The underwriting's great. And it's headache free.
So just one of the things I would recommend to you, Darren, because you're somebody who soaks it up, is you got to start thinking about your next 5 to 10 years.
Sure.
You have to start thinking about it. Just, what are you going to be investing in so you have cash flow that's working for you? Like my cousin, smart. He started going out and buying a lot of these home away houses, and he's packing them up, and he's, a mortgage a renter that he was able to get $1,800 from a regular renter, he's getting like $6,000 a month. Smart.
Wow.
So he's building his future bankroll and his future cash flow by investing today, and in 15, 20 years, when he has like 60 of these things, he's going to be able to sit back and say, you know what? Do I actually want to work, or do I want to kind of chill the F out? And he's going to have the
At
option
60.
to do so.
Right.
So it gives you options. And, you came in here saying you wish you would have, when you were younger, invested differently. Well, you're not any younger. You're going to be 40. You got to start.
I've invested a little differently. Don't get me wrong. I don't go out and spend. And I think that's a big investment. Not spending is a huge investment.
But if you're not putting your money to work,
True.
it's, you're working for your money.
True.
So that
it's
shit,
always been like that, right?
Yeah, that shit's got to be like, deployed
sure.
and invested smartly.
Yeah. And I think what we have to do is, even in our business, we're thinking about it. Shit, it's almost every month, every 3 months, every 6 months. We're tweaking what we're doing in our business in the flipping game because it's changing, and we have to watch now. When is the next recession coming? When is this changing?
Sure.
Well, look,
we're looking.
But you're also setting yourself up so when the recession does come, you guys are in the money.
Well, when the recession hits, we're going to have, a good solid 25 people with deep pockets. We're going out and buying.
Sure.
Yeah.
We're buying everything.
Yeah.
We're buying.
We'll sit
Hopefully
back,
it doesn't.
we'll watch for a
We're
little
not-
bit, and then
we're not asking for it to hit, but I think that's the difference in what I do for the next 5 to 10 years because the banking industry is reliant on economy.
Yeah.
Right. So now we'll have the back end product, which is the flipping,
Right.
and that would be the 5 to 10 year goal. And again, I like to work with people that I like to work with. Like just because you can get a mortgage, that doesn't necessarily, and you're going to scream at me or yell at me.
No.
That doesn't necessarily mean I want the business.
So let me ask you
You
this:
need
do
not a good fit for
do
you.
you fire clients?
Very-
I fired.
You know what?
people that are
Very
best.
rare of them, and you know what they do? Guess.
They beg you to stay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They come
They
back.
beg you.
they come back.
Yeah, they come back.
Please, listen. It's a two-way street.
Yeah,
and
for
when
sure.
you're going to do business with somebody, and you're going to be getting them a mortgage, us buying the house, and they're going to be irate from the beginning or demanding, or you can see, wow, this is going to take the life out of me.
Yeah.
You have to make a decision,
Absolutely.
and politely, you have to say, listen, I think you should go in a different direction, and we've
that's
done
not,
that.
not talking money. This, you would love to have the money. I mean,
it's
if
not-
it
doesn't-
is
I'm
a
talking
business.
about
It's not
just-
always
Yeah.
about that money. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
no
not
doubt
always about the
It's-
money.
it's
It's
not
about
always
your
about that
mental, what is this going to take away from me
Sure.
Yeah.
by doing business with this person?
And listen, they
and
come
it's
back
time.
to you and they're like, "Hey, I closed with somebody else, right?" But at the same time, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You didn't.
It could.
You didn't. You could have died too from having a stroke, of yelling at the person or having the anxiety, But but when I say I'm available 24/7, that's what you get. You get that when you get a mortgage. So like, try calling your guy at Wells Fargo at 11 o'clock at night. You're not hearing anything for 6 weeks. My uncle, he's selling his house in Levittown. He's got a ton of CO problems. He's been in and out of contract 3 times.
How come he hasn't called us?
Exactly.
He will not take my advice. But he calls me and he says, "Darren, how come I don't know what's going on?" I said, "Well, I don't know what's going on because I didn't do the mortgage, I didn't do the real estate, and you didn't use my attorney.
Right.
They love that.
So
yeah.
how in the hell am I supposed to help you?
So how can I help you now, Uncle
Yeah.
Dave?" And he's like, "Oh, I just should have." I said, "It's not about a should have. Why don't you just pick up the phone, call your realtor, because there should be never a time."
Well, you have,
When
We're
you're
a
in the dark.
client.
When you're in the dark.
No, it's not my client. It's you. Never.
but it's amazing how there's a lot of terrible
that's what
realtors
it
out there.
is.
They literally put it under contract. They walk away. They have nothing to do with. They
Absolutely.
don't understand title. They don't understand the whole attorney piece. They don't understand
For
what's
sure.
going on with the CO issue.
For
They
sure.
just step out.
There's some
And there's
horrible realtors out there, man.
and it's the complete opposite of the way we train our team.
And when you get somebody on the other side, sorry to cut you off, that's good. Man, you just want
I
another
know.
deal with them because
I
when
know.
you have somebody that's
'Cause they
good, it makes
stand
life
out.
easy.
I'm-
so much easier.
Oh my god!
And
those are the transactions that are literally closing, and you're done. 40 days, keys handing over,
I
at the
know.
closing, done.
They
Everything's smooth. They're
understand
on
how you
top of
work.
everything. They understand the moving parts. They don't just step out once the thing
sure.
goes in contract. There's
For
a
sure.
big-
And that's important in Jersey because of the CO issues, that they stay involved.
Yeah,
Where
they
in-
have to.
Jersey just makes it everybody more accountable.
Everybody's more
straight up
accountable.
way more
Right to the
accountable.
end.
But you still have realtors who just don't know what the hell they're doing.
Wow, it's every
But
office.
in New Jersey, still you have to. Besides the C of Os, now you have to mandate if you're selling if you're buying the property, if there's oil tanks buried, dude, like it's an immediate. You have to get that thing remediated, checked. If you have septic, you have to get that thing checked out. And if there's any issues, if it doesn't pass, and you and I spoke, it's a $25,000 to $30,000 bill. It's not 10.
At
It's
least.
25
That's
to 30
amazing.
out
A lot of
there.
people out
I
here don't
have
do
the
that. They don't
bills.
even do a level 2 inspection.
Crazy.
They don't even
They
look
come
to see.
to me. They're like, "Oh, we want to buy these foreclosures in Jersey." My realtor's like, "Don't do it." They end up doing it. They get the sweep, and then now you're waiting in limbo for 8 weeks to figure out like what the next move is.
Yeah.
Who's gonna pay for it? How you gonna get it done?
It's big money, but it could play in your favor if you use it the right way.
sure. If you have the cash flow. Yeah, no doubt.
No
about
doubt. Listen, this was great having you on the show, Darren.
Appreciate
You're
it.
easy
Thank
to
you.
speak with. Guy has a personality and a half. I haven't seen you in 16 years, bro. It's
been
really
good.
good seeing
Yeah,
you
sure.
again. You haven't aged. You didn't really age in 16 years. Very little.
Lost some hair.
You lost a little bit of hair, but
It happens. It all goes this way.
yeah, it's running through
I
the
got
back of your
better
head.
teeth.
Exactly.
You got some good choppers over there, man. Cap those up.
Second
Kaplan
stack.
cap those up or what?
So funny, man. It's your second stack?
Second
Yeah,
stack.
yeah.
Let's talk about not taking care of things. Remember I told you,
Yeah.
That's the old Darren. The new Darren takes care of stuff.
He
man.
brushes his teeth twice
Brushes
a
his
day.
teeth. Eating Laffy Taffies all day, rotting them out, huh?
And
Cavities out the
flosses.
door.
I love it. All right, guys. This is Billy Alvaro, Wayne Hartart, my dear friend Darren Kaplan. We are Easy Sell Property Solutions. If you want to sell your house, you know what to do. Give us a call, 631-400-EASY, or go online, easysell411.com. And if you want to get a mortgage, either refi and or purchase, and he really specializes in the purchase side, hit up my friend Darren Kaplan. Go to MrTotalMortgage.com or 844-772-LOAN. That's 844-772-LOAN. The guy, as he said, he is a professional. He's there 24/7. He'll answer your calls. He will take care of you, and he'll do the right thing by you, your family, and put you into a home that you can afford. And on our side, myself and my cousin, we are looking for high qualified people to join our team. We're always looking. Go online, give us a call. We're looking for properties to sell. We're looking for realtor referrals. We're looking for attorneys that we can partner with. We're just looking for quality people that we can bring into our circle that we can start networking with and doing business with. If that entertains you, if you have an appetite for that, call us 631-400-EASY or online easysell411.com. I'm Billy Alvaro. That's handsome Wayne Hartart. That's Darren Kaplan, and we're out of here.